Alexa, what's today's date?
Today is Wednesday, August 21st.
Alexa, volume 4. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 6:31 a.m.
What is the quote? Alexa, what is the quote of the day?
The quote of the day is a daily reminder that can be delivered to your inbox or shared on social media.
Alexa, what is today's quote of the day?
Here is your quote for August 21st from Jeff Bezos. If you decide that you're going to do only the things you know are going to work, you're going to leave a lot of opportunity on the table.
All right, I got from that, step out of your comfort zone, try something new. If it fails, you got learning opportunities. And you can try it again, maybe. All right, today is day number 9 of the Ironborn workout program that I've been working on. Mother Nature came today, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm just trying to chill. Of course, this is a strength training, but it's all upper body. So I'm going to be very intentional. I have until 1/4 to wrap up everything. So we're going to get into it now. I'm going to do a 5-minute warm up, no jumping. I'm just going to be easy, y'all. I want to work out today, but I'm going to be easy with this.
And without further ado, let's get to it. Alright guys, we're first going to start off by warming up the neck. Shoulders are pressed down, and we're going to turn the head from side to side. Good, and up and down. Next up, we're going to warm up those hips. The legs are about a 90-degree angle, and you're just going to drop the knees from side to side. Same kind of thing, dropping the knees down, and then you're going to sit up and press those hips forward, so we're stretching out those hips.
Oh no, she's doing that so easy. She's just coming up on her own. Yeah, that's what I can see.
Tabletop position.
That's why I like to put the video on too, so you can see.
Your wrists. So palms are on the ground. Big circles with your upper body. And switch directions. Next up, we're going to warm up those ankles. So, right foot rolling outward.
Oh, this is a nice low impact one. I love it. Already starting to sweat.
And inward.
Oh wait, wrong way. Wrong way.
Rolling outward. Good, and inward.
Excuse me, lay y'all all in your face.
swings. You're gonna step from side to side and kick your booty. Stay light on those toes.
I love the workout tracks that they put, you know, with the videos.
We're gonna do the same movement with our legs, but we're gonna add some arms. So you're gonna step, open the chest, really swing those arms.
That's why I have a mirror in front of me. One hanging on the wall and then a full body one. So I can check out my physique as I do this. I like to check my form too when I'm going through
Okay.
exercises.
Next up, you're gonna do a vertical swing. So you're gonna come all the way up, rise up on those tippy toes, open the back, open the chest, come down, swoop it through, up and down.
My stomach is like,
seconds, you're
girl,
going to
you
bob
stop.
and weave. So you're coming down into a squat, swooping and coming up.
I want to do this one either.
Don't forget about that core. Keep it nice and tight.
Nice and slow. Listening to your body. My body's saying, easy does it, girl. Easy does it.
And that's it. That's a quick 5-minute full body warm up. And now you are ready to take on your workout. Hope you guys enjoyed
Yes,
this
I
one.
am. Thank you, Maddie. That's Maddie with Mad Fit, y'all. Now we just have to find something to listen to while we work out. I was going to say the presidential, the Democratic National Convention, so I wanted to
Running a species with
Here.
50,000 locations worldwide is
that.
Native Land Pod is a production of iHeartRadio in partnership with Reason Choice Media.
But instead, we're gonna go to Native Live. Wait, hold on. Native Land. Native Land Pod. Live at the DNC. Oh, okay. All right, we're gonna do this. Oh, Native Land Pod on the Breakfast Club. It says upcoming. All right, we'll do the one live at the DNC. It's 2 hours.
Welcome home to the native. Landing on a podcast based destined for greatness. 60 minutes or so hit. Not too long for the grave shit. High level combo. Politics in a way that you can taste it. Then digest it. Politics touches you even if you don't touch it. So get invested. Cross the T's and dot the I's. Gill them back to get them. Stand on business for why. You could have been anywhere but you chose.
You could have been anywhere, but you chose here. All right, y'all. All right, like I said, day number 9 of the Ironborn. 4 exercises that we're gonna do 4 times each. So we got shoulder press, 12, 12, 10, 8. Chest press, 12, 12, 8, 10. Lateral raises, 7, 6, 5, 4. Forward raises, 5, 4, 4, 3. So let's jump right into shoulder press. We're gonna do 12 of these bad boys, and I'm working with 10-pound weights. Just to give you a little bit more. 30 seconds rest between sets, 2-minute rest after each exercise. I don't really adhere to that. I kind of listen to my body. All right, so 12 shoulder presses, 10-pound weights.
Native Land Podcast, the brand that you can trust. Yes.
Home, y'all.
Welcome
This is
home.
Native Land Pod. It is day 2 of Live from the Shy. We are at the DNC. Happy to be here. We had an incredible show yesterday. We are your hosts, Angela Rye, Tiffany Cross, and Andrew Gillum.
What up?
And this is episode 34.
34, family.
It is.
34.
This episode is the same age as me.
Oh my God.
So that would be not true.
She
But-
aged 8 years since last night.
Yeah.
Saria.
No, I'm just saying.
Welcome home, y'all.
We are
Welcome.
thrilled to be here. We have an incredible show, but before we get into today's show, I would love to hear about you all's highlights from last night at the Democratic National Convention.
Wait, do you mean highlights from like what happened at the convention, or just highlights from our time here in Chicago?
Oh,
Maybe the convention. Maybe convention.
Because there have been so many highlights. Just pick one.
Oh,
Okay,
well, yesterday,
just
trying to
like
get
we
in
didn't
this
have
place,
deep
watching them people.
Yes.
That dude, what happened?
I
Yeah.
know, that was crazy about what happened to that man.
But we'll
Guys,
tell them later.
yeah.
We have a story for you that we'll tell another time, but there was something that happened yesterday, so be sure to tune in to Native Land Pod every
When we're
time
not here
we
in
broadcast.
this city, we're gonna tell you the
when
story.
we have to escape the city. So I
Because
have
the
to
block
say,
is hot. The block is hot.
hi, Jamie Harrison is saying hello.
Hey,
The
Chairman.
chair of the DNC.
This is what we did yesterday.
I know.
You're coming on tomorrow,
So
right?
for our viewers
He's
who are
gonna be here
watching
tomorrow.
at home, Jamie Harrison is the chair of the Democratic National Convention. He's done an amazing job.
Blah,
The
blah.
Democratic National Committee, forgive me, he's done an amazing job the past couple of years. He, as you may remember, is out of South Carolina, ran for Senate, and now he chairs the DNC. So we're honored to be here with him. Angela
12
Fox
of these
did a
laying
debate
down.
with him earlier this week, so he'll be on tomorrow.
He's going to be on tomorrow, right?
Chest
He's gonna be
press.
on tomorrow.
We're gonna talk
Yes.
about all of his
Permanently with
strategies for
And I
winning,
know-
his investments, for helping us
He's
win
doing
in
it.
states, all that
He's
good
doing it
stuff.
like this,
The
not
kids,
like
but we
this.
have a whole audience that's
Yes.
Just so y'all
standing
know.
here in front of us watching.
So it's
we
like
wanna
a
shout
tricep.
you guys out for
Chest
being
press.
here, loyal Native Land Pod fans. But I want to say the highlight for me yesterday was definitely
And his legs are straight, I
Joe
noticed.
Biden. His there were so many moments, but when he closed out and said, like, America, I've given you
My best.
everything I can. Yes,
My best.
I don't want to say I was in somebody's room watching this, having some snacks, and I saw a little tear come out of somebody's eyes. I don't want to say who.
Oh, stop
But-
it, stop it, stop it.
You guys, hold on, can I just
I
say?
did. I
Time out.
did.
I am so pissed off right now. You guys watched this together and didn't tell me?
Okay, let me just say
You
this.
guys are so fired. No, let me
You
let me
unfortunately took your food from the lobby and you went up to your room.
Well, and I shouldn't have done that because I
She was
got
gone.
accosted in the elevator,
she
but
was-
we'll tell that
Oh,
story
that's
another
another
time
story.
too. My God.
But I was not planning to go to Andrew's.
I don't want to hear it, Tim.
Okay, all right.
Well, I
You
was,
guys,
I
and
was
you guys
planning.
had me over here in timeout in Plessy versus Ferguson segregation corner over here.
Whoa,
I'm in
whoa.
purgatory at the
Yellow,
DNC.
yellow alert.
Please
Yellow
tell
girl
me, y'all,
alert.
why am I
Yellow
over here
girl
by
alert.
myself? They are
Yellow
now
girl alert.
tag teaming me
Shot.
by myself. Everybody's so confused. It's fine.
No.
Thank you. I can't hear you, sir, but I
The
thank
point,
you.
Angela was on the call handling business. She's been responsible for production, doing so many things. I was going to my room.
Be
Andrew
by
and I were
myself.
exhausted.
yeah.
And I told Andrew I didn't want anything to eat. And
I
we were
ordered
on
you
the-
something.
He did. He ordered me something
That's
anyway.
nice.
And he
You're a
ordered me a
good
watermelon
brother.
salad. And he was like, "Do you want to? I'm coming to your room then to watch Biden." And so I think Andrew was ready to go to sleep. Anyway, we
I
watched.
will.
And at the end of the speech, I looked over to Andrew, and it was a little single Denzel tear rolling down.
Not
Shut
a
up.
single Denzel tear. Okay, so what was your highlight? Andrew,
Well, I
Andrew
mean-
Tiff's highlight was you crying. What was your
Okay.
highlight?
So sometimes, you know, when you yawn
Yes.
and, you know,
Not
what
the
works.
yawn in the speech, bro.
No.
Okay,
It was
okay,
over. It was
okay.
beginning to be over.
Okay.
But in truth, I was touched sincerely by
7 letter
one,
outrageous.
the love, the almost 5-minute ovation that Democrats gave to Joe Biden
Yeah.
last night. It was so due. It was so merited. I said it yesterday. I said it again today that I think he committed the most selfless act in politics. I think that I certainly can remember during my lifetime.
Yeah.
And it still has Donald Trump flummoxed because he didn't think it was possible for the most powerful person in the world to say,
Yeah.
you know what, I'm gonna step back
Yeah.
when they have an opportunity to stay there. So that was really touching. I thought Hillary Clinton, although we didn't get to hear it all,
In
I saw
real
some
time,
of the recap of it. I thought it was a really powerful address given by her. And
Yes.
we talked yesterday about whether or not she might feel some sort of way being at this convention where she previously was challenged by Trump.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the election outcome was what it was. And then to now see Kamala, another woman, in this position where she's competing to vanquish this great enemy of ours, we had a great chance of being able to do so. She showed up for her, and I love that.
I will say very briefly, my highlight yesterday, in addition to sitting here with Congressman Thompson, who is just a legend, and the questions Tiffany asked him to just pull out like the best of him, and like knowing y'all, I don't know if y'all really know, he does not like to do press that much, and he was like, I'm just gonna be here as with y'all and Bakari and Derek, and that was fantastic. I will also say I love to see Jasmine Crockett, AOC, Lauren Underwood, the women who are undergirding this party, this convention, a new generation. You're talking about passing the torch in real time, seeing that happen over and over again throughout last night was incredible. I think you really saw them embody what it really means to be a Big Tent. Tonight's theme is a bold vision for America's future, and I think we'll see more of that. And of course, to help us talk about that future and how we continue to not just honor, but to support and to build infrastructure in communities of color and to the rising majority, as Tiffany Cross always says, is LaTosha Brown from Black Voters Matter. We would love to bring her. Black Voters Matter is a partner of Native Land Pod. We are thrilled to have LaTosha Brown joining us.
Oh, you got company.
I got my sister coming up here.
You guys, if you watch news, if you follow politics closely, you know LaTosha very well. She has an amazing voice. But what I love about LaTosha is you cannot tell the story of America without talking about LaTosha Brown and the work that she does. We don't want to leave out Cliff Albright as well, her partner and co-founder of Black Voters Matter. But LaTosha, you show up when nobody calls.
That's right.
When Hurricane Katrina happened, nobody asked you. You just sprung into action, and you love everybody, but you love Black folks like you love yourself. And
like
it is just
the
amazing
embodiment
to be.
of like the ancestor spirit, right?
Yes, yes.
That sort of brings it. But in a young, visionary woman like yourself.
Ethereal. She's a spirit. She's
So
a
you
big
know.
She's our deity.
The little website even has trackers where you can record your sets. There's even a timer on there.
Oh, yeah.
She's a
And a
creator
prophet.
herself.
So I'm gonna do a video on this website just to show y'all around it
So we
eventually.
told you all the things.
All the things.
All the
All the
things.
good things.
Not only the pressure.
Right.
12 shoulder presses is next again.
Thank you. I am at the Native Pod. I'm just happy to be here in
It's
Native
your
land.
land.
This is our land. This is our, and I feel it. I feel the spirit. I'm so proud of y'all. I love each and every one of you. Like every week I'm listening because I was like, listen, let me get grounded. Let me get right. I was like, Angela gonna bring some fire and put some spice on it. Like Tiffany gonna like, look, well, I'm just saying. And literally my brother is always, I'm gonna be the voice of reason until I ain't.
Oh, I love that.
That's true.
You are doing the people's work.
That's right.
And it is always our honor not only to lift you up and to encourage you, but anytime you call on us, we want to be there with you.
Right.
I'll never forget, and Tiff, I hope you don't mind me telling the story.
Go for it.
We were on the other side of, what
Well, she did, man. Y'all
And we
recording. Too
knew
late for
there
that.
was no other place we should be but in Atlanta, next to you, working with you. And I remember, like, the people that you poured into, pouring back into Tiffany. Talk about why the work of Black Voters Matter is so critical, especially in a moment like this.
I think that it's important for us to recognize that if change is to happen, if we're going to have the nation that we desire, we deserve, then we're going to have to create it.
Right.
We've got to generate it. And the way that we generate it, we're going to have to generate it. Really, it has to be strategy. We need strategy, right? But it's not just been strategy that's moved us forward. It's been spirit.
Yeah.
It's been strategy in the spirit of the ancestors, the spirit of resistance, the spirit of freedom, the spirit of love, like loving each other. When we haven't had anything else, when we didn't have money, when we didn't have land, when we didn't have kind of the politics, what we had this sense of self and a love of each other that would actually take us through. And so for us with Black Voters Matter, we wanted to create an organization that was unapologetic about being Black. Right? We ride around in a big bus, a 58-foot bus, and say we're in the blackest bus in America. We wanted to own and affirm that, and not just say that we're participating in the election, because we're really not an election group. We're a power building group. We're real clear that all the work that we're doing is really about how do we build power for Black folks. And when people are talking about voting, yes, voting is one key. you know, is a very, very powerful tool, but it's also a space of when you own your agency. There's something about voting that's really about owning your agency. That if a decision is being made about me and mine, I need to be a part of that process.
Yeah.
Right? That's
Absolutely.
fundamentally. You know, and also we've got to have this space
12
when people are actually
presses.
hurting and harming our communities, there has to be a consequence.
Yeah.
So you can't continue to serve in the office and hurt and harm us. We've got to send a message loud and clear. Like this ain't going down like that, right? But also to create space. Create space, if it's nothing else, for harm reduction, to reduce the harm happening to us, to actually work collectively together and really move towards a vision, a collective vision. So that's the work that we do.
I love that.
And that's why we do it. You know, you want the three things, I call it 3 M's. The 3 things we do is money, is movement building, and is message. In the last 7
Ooh.
years, we've really been blessed. One of the things that we always would sit around and we were like, how can we invest in Black communities? We've invested over 40, I think, as of now, I think it's over $41 million
Wow.
and Black-led grassroots groups in the last 6 years to do power building.
Yeah.
That's everything from reparations, organizing around reparations, to organizing around police accountability, to actually doing election work, to referendums. At the end of the day, how Black communities define what power building is for them, we want to be in alignment with them and support them around that. In addition to that, we also know that the message matters. That's why I'm so happy you all are doing this podcast. We need Black media. We need places like this. I want, if I had all of the money in the world, right? When I get the lottery, I promise y'all that my first investment is going to be this podcast right here, right? Because the world needs to hear your voices. You all have clarity, and I'm just really, really grateful to be in relationship with you.
You know what, sis? I just, first of all, everything you said, Kosan, love, that whole investment piece at the end, that true? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you, I am in awe of your mission, vision, the fact that you're defining yourself outside of any election cycle. So often donors and media and others like to put organizing in the Black community in the bucket of election turnout and what's happening with the Black vote and the da-da-da-da-da. And you say, no, that's not the box that we're in.
Yeah.
We're not in any box. And what I have to say, as a person who have run for office and have gone into communities where we have felt really disempowered, really not invested and really not seen, it's groups and efforts like yours who were there before the election, after the election, putting pieces back together.
6.
And renewing in people a belief, a system that they're not some commodity
Remember when I
to
did
be
the
traded on.
kickboxing
But
did?
rather, we're an investment to be made.
That was
We
so
are
fun.
a community that gives.
I was looking at an old video of mine of me doing the 30-day kickboxing.
And what
I
you're
thought it
doing
was so
is
hard.
you're helping to give that
It was
greater
just so
credibility.
fun.
And hopefully what it will do is recruit greater investment in our community
What y'all
that is
see from this
there
side.
outside of anybody's election cycle.
That's right.
Because if we do that work and people start to believe that that's how change gets created, that this is an element of the change that we're trying to see, then I have to believe that we won't need the investment of these
That's right.
short-term
Right.
voter registration turnout projects. Why? Because the work will be there 365. And I'm just curious, before we go to our other bad A sister over here, is that how are you experiencing the donor class as it relates to investing in that kind of
The
movement
largely
building?
white male donor
For
class,
very sure,
You know,
very sure.
Part of what we actually decided that when we started the organization, and I just want to be honest, Cliff and I, we always tell the story, we quit our jobs and we started the organization. We had the idea that we wanted to create, the name is actually Black Voters Matter Fund. We were very intentional from the beginning.
5.
As organizers for multiple decades, that part of the challenge we had, sometimes when there was an election or there was an election happening, but if the candidate did not invest in the campaign or a party, there were no resources. But it mattered. It mattered who was county commissioner. It mattered who the sheriff was, but there were no resources available if the party or a candidate wasn't put in there. We were
Slow and steady.
our power should not be tied into where a candidate
That's
believes that is important enough. We've got to find a way that the candidate that we're running for, the candidate that we're doing our work for, the candidate that is ongoing is Black power. We want it to be very intentional about being Black. That's why our colors ain't red, white, and blue. I know that this is pretty around here, right? It's pretty, right? But our colors are red, black, and green.
Yeah.
Right? That we wanted to literally lift up and have a foundation around Black liberation and be unapologetic with it.
Yeah.
And so that our alignment wasn't with a political party or a political candidate.
I
Our
like
alignment
that.
was really around how do we help Black folks as they define build power in their local communities. And if
2
we
steps
do
down.
that enough, and we're
Time
connected
check.
that enough, and we get black folks just to believe in our own
6:56.
power.
Doing
Just
good.
that point blank,
Good.
period.
Next
If
step
black
is
people
12,
believe in
or
our
excuse me,
own
10
power,
shoulder
what we have shown
presses.
is we will change this nation. We have everything that we have stood in the
I'm gonna
space
take
of
60
our power,
seconds.
even whether we had the majority of numbers or not,
Yeah.
right? We have created change, and so that's what we wanted to literally build off the rich history of that, the real history of struggle, of spirit, of strategy, and putting those things together really to advance not just black liberation for us, because I actually fundamentally believe that all people will actually benefit from black liberation if you lift up
For real.
those communities that
For
are
real.
on the fringes, those communities that
agree.
are marginalized, then it has always made life better for all of us. When
Everybody.
black folks fight for housing, our white
Everybody.
counterparts, everybody benefits from housing. So that's what our vision is, that's our dream, and we're just really grateful to be in service of the ancestors. We are grateful to be in service of our people. We are grateful to go around and say, in this space right now, baby, be clear, we are big, bold, beautiful, and black.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We cannot wait to get on the road with you. We
That's
have
all.
some work to do, including always building black power. And speaking of red, black, and green, look at them over here.
Yeah.
You got
Great
Patrick Cunningham,
Yeah.
an activist,
Yes.
writer, and a friend of ours. We are a part of a Machetes crew. We waiting for one more to join us.
That's right.
Yes, she's at Brittany. We are so thrilled for you to be here,
Prophetess.
sis.
Yeah,
The
you are
prophetess.
an activist out of Missouri.
Yes.
You also served on a
10
council for the
shoulder presses.
President Barack Obama. You do a lot of social commentating, but also a lot of work on the ground still.
And a hell of a lot of preaching.
And a hell of a lot of preaching. And she and Latasha both do some amazing singing. But she's
Yes.
also, as Angela said, a Machete member. So
That's
thank
right.
you for being here.
But you know what though? I'm a little bit mad
Uh-oh.
because I love you all so much. But the agreement was that if I was gonna do Native Land Pod, I could not speak after Latasha.
Oh, get out of here.
Come on, Bishop.
The word
That's
has been preached.
misinformation.
The benediction has been prayed. The
Oh.
collection plate has been passed.
Almost passed.
Right? Like
Almost
everybody
passed.
out in the vestibule now. It's the letter.
I'm glad to be here with sermon every time. Every time she delivers a sermon. I'm really happy you're joining us on Separate because, one, I just love when we all get to be together.
Yes.
As our sister circle. We were in Mexico together
Yes.
a few weeks. You can check some of our thirst traps if you like.
Oh, man.
But
Oh, man.
she means
Everybody ain't got a thirst trap,
Tips
Tiffany.
first trap.
Whoa,
Tips
yes.
first trap.
Please be specific.
Speak for yourself. Speak for yourself.
Literally.
If you're sexy, just show it.
Thank you, Tasha.
Let 'em know
We
it.
can do good word entry. We surely can.
I'm clearly not a Shetty.
10 from the
I'm
ground.
just here to witness. I'm serving a witness.
That's all right.
Serving a witness.
I tried to say that part out loud.
what is the task
Y'all
for
see the
people
muscles?
watching at home right now? Because I think, I was just talking to one of the mayors earlier saying this was the plot line here was so unbelievable, it rivals a Tyler Perry plot.
Yeah.
If this were in a movie, I'd say this is ridiculous, it's just not believable. But yet here we are, and the country turned like that. It wasn't a month ago that
That's
Vice
right.
President Harris is now our nominee. So for all the people who were
He said Tyler Perry
who are
plot.
now excited and hopeful,
Funny.
what beyond that hope and excitement do people need to be doing right now to make this a decisive?
I love this question because it's action oriented, and Latasha and I were together last night having a conversation about organizing
Y'all didn't talk
with
about
some
it?
folks.
Fine.
The meeting started at 10:30.
I was gonna say you were already asleep. Let's be honest about it. But the
We
truth
shouldn't
of the
get
matter
no
is,
text message. But don't worry, Britt. They did the same thing. They watched the
Don't
speech
Brittany,
together. Like,
all
I
these
don't think-
FOMOs, all
Nah, I
these
really feel
this
like I'm
fear
in
of
the
missing
middle.
out.
You
I'm
in the
telling
middle,
you.
girl.
It's
And you the youngest, so you know you always gonna catch it. Right.
Yeah.
I do get. Can we talk about that at some point? Because I feel like nobody acknowledges that. But it's true. I get it real rough. But this is the right question,
Yeah.
right? Because we often are talking about a lot of the things that we are dealing with, the trauma that we endure, the ways we've had to survive and be creative and innovative, and yet we often don't have the time left to
Yeah.
be imaginative, to
That's
be
right.
strategic,
Mm.
to actually dream up the world that we deserve and
Come
say,
on.
let's plan backwards from it and figure out how we get there together, because it's not freedom if we don't get there together.
That's real.
So I really think that this question about action is so important. But the action starts within. You
Mm.
actually have to begin to take the time to expand your imagination. Like,
Mm.
sit outside for 5 minutes.
That's right.
Stare at the sky and say, like, if I'm truly going to be my ancestors' wildest dreams,
Yeah.
then how wild can my dreams get? Because there are a lot of folks for whom this week and the culmination of it and the nomination of Vice President Harris to the ticket will be.
You guys won't hear a lot of political stuff from me on here. My focus is on health and welfare, health and wellness and taking care of self. But touching on what she said, it all starts with the individual, no matter what it is you do. If you want to do something collectively, it all starts with one person doing what they need to do for self to help the whole. You know what I'm saying? And taking time to know yourself. Like she said, just go sit outside and just by yourself, no interruptions, nothing, and just think, imagine, dream, and then figure out, what do I got to do, to get to that dream? So, one person works on themselves, another person does, another person, then you got a whole nation of people that are ready for a specific cause, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? All right, so next up, y'all.
Their wildest dreams.
Yeah.
And guess what? We here.
Yeah.
So now
yeah.
we gotta go dream bigger.
Yeah.
Now we have to go ideate further. Now we have to go expand.
5.
So I think that's the first thing we do. The second thing that we do in particular is we have honest conversations with one another.
Amen.
There is a tendency in our community to say go vote because I said so.
Yeah.
To say go vote because I literally watched somebody say I'll put you over my knee and spank you. And I was like, I don't think you should be telling grown people that, A. But also, like, when is the last time somebody ever condescended you into anything?
That's right.
Like, when somebody said that to you when you were an actual child, as an actual child, you rebelled. So what do you think we're going to do as an adult? Exactly. There is a reason why people are feeling squeezed out.
Yeah.
There's a reason why folks are saying, well, you told me 4 years ago was the most important election of my lifetime, and now you're telling me again, and you said that 8 years ago. So how is it the most important every time? I thought that was last time.
Especially ain't that changing on my block.
Right. Exactly.
I want y'all to
So
see
we have
up
to
close.
acknowledge where people
If
are,
y'all could see
and then
my
encourage
shoulders
them,
and
as
my
Latasha
arms
has
when I'm
been
doing
saying,
these.
to actually
I wasn't
dig
closer,
deep
but I
and
got
reach
stuff
into
on my
our
hips.
own power.
Yeah.
I'm
Check
not a
this
person
out.
who likes to leave any tool or power on the table.
That's right.
Like, if I'm trying to get something done for my son, for y'all nephew,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna go to hell and back to make it happen.
For sure.
Why would I not do that for my people?
For sure.
Why would I not vote and protest? Why would I not protest and strategize? Why would I not strategize and use content and media? Like, I'm not leaving nothing on the table for our freedom.
Yeah.
I refuse to do that. And that's the kind of activity that we have to decide to be engaged in every single day.
I love
I
that.
love that. I just want to tell y'all.
Wow,
real
that
quick,
was
while the
something.
show's going on. This is actually one of my favorite parts of the Democratic National Convention, but it's real special today. The roll call is happening right now.
I love it.
And Britt, while you were talking about imagination, you saw Wes Moore holding the mic like a hip hop artist.
Right.
Governor, no, it's dope.
I
Governor
love it.
Wes Moore, our black governor from
My black
Maryland.
governor
That's
from
our black governor
Maryland.
from Maryland. But our black governor, because we ain't got enough.
Okay.
Saying that Maryland is committing its votes to Kamala Harris. What an historic moment. You talk
Yes.
about imagination all the time. You talk about it all the time. They're also holding everybody, including our dear sister Erin. So talk about imagination right
Come on.
now.
Yes, that is. Can we just take a moment to
Yeah.
acknowledge that, though?
Yes.
Yes.
This
It's
historic
major.
That's
candidate
3, y'all,
at
right
the
there.
time, the first black woman
Time check.
president-elect.
7:05. So in 10 minutes, I can do another round of everything.
Confidentiality agreement.
We're going to take a minute break,
Some money, child.
Yes.
starting now. Then it's going to be 8 shoulder presses.
We were all at the Machete group chat.
Next
we
up.
were in there. We talked 8,000. If you missed the group chat for an hour, you come back and it's
Tim's trying to get
10,000
kicked out.
messages.
But
This is work. This is work violating.
And she on the stage with 3 Scorpios.
I'm
This is
work violating.
Three.
When we were talking about the chances for Vice President Harris,
Yes.
and Latasha wrote
Oh,
this. I'm
let's
like,
see.
this is going in my book. It was a dissertation. Hour, you come back and
Tim's
it's
trying to
10,000.
get what about the
No, it's fine. But Latasha, we were all at the Machete group chat. We were in there. We
So talk about imagination right
Come on.
now.
yes, that is. But can we just take a moment to
Yeah.
acknowledge that, though?
Yes.
That this
It's
historic
major.
candidate at woman president or president-elect, because I speak it into existence.
Hallelujah.
Latasha, you, I hope you don't mind me violating our confidentiality agreement and talking about our
You
group
go
chat.
over some money, child.
Yes, I owe Latasha.
What about the
No, it's fine. But Latasha, we were all at the Machete group chat. We were in there. We talked 8,000. If you missed the group chat for an hour, you come back and it's 10,000
get kicked out.
messages. But this is worth. This is worth violating.
And she on the stage with 3 Scorpios.
I'm
It's
over
worth
like, where is this
violating.
going?
We were talking about the chances for Vice President Harris.
Yes.
And Latasha wrote this. I'm like, this is going in my book. It was a dissertation
8.
where Latasha was saying, essentially, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, and it's just time.
That's right.
Like there was no other option. That it is time. The work that Black women have done, and I can't echo your words as beautifully and poetically and lyrically as you do. But I read that and got teary-eyed because there is no other option other than for this to happen. We talk about the dream and the hope of the slave, and some would argue the dream and the hope of the enslaved was not to succeed here in America, but to go home, back to our roots. And here we have a convergence, a confluence of all of that happening. We have gone to the motherland together, and now we have this bridge of the enslaved everywhere. She is the daughter of immigrants.
Yes.
People don't realize that the enslaved were also in Jamaica.
That's right.
More
More
stretch
in
them back.
Jamaica than here.
Exactly. We are reaching across continents. We are reaching across nations and leading the way here in America. And I have goosebumps. So
One more for good measure, y'all.
what gives you, because I share that spirit with you, what gives you that self-assured,
Stretch.
unshaken faith that the wind is at our back now? This is going to happen.
Because we're here. Like, and I need people to sit in it. We are here. We are literally the children, the great-great-great-grandchildren of those who they were so our families, our ancestors were so dehumanized, they weren't even considered full human beings, right? That to be able to read, right? Here we are literally running colleges, creating colleges, establishing them. We were, oh, look at the machete!
No, it's all taken
It's a
care of.
tribute to the Shetties.
Did I do these?
It's
I'm gonna get my ass out of here.
I must have if I did the 4 things.
To our people watching at home, we are joined by 2 additional Machete members, part of our Machete group chat. We have the amazing Carrie Champion.
40s.
Carrie Champion. She has done amazing work in media and sports. She's constantly calling me, asking me to explain something sports related to her. It's exhausting. But she is amazing. You've seen Carrie everywhere. I call her the catwalk assassin. You can see why. And my sister in journalism, Erin Haynes. I know you all see her, and so many people tell me how much they enjoy Erin Haynes, who is the face of the 19th. Please check out her newsletter and that platform. But so many people, Erin, always tell me how amazing you are on television. And I was telling Angela on the way here, I'm like, they don't even know the real Erin. Because as great as she is on MSNBC.
Hold on, ATL.
Listen, Southwest Atlanta Erin.
Be real clear. This is the SWAT.
1990s PPD Erin. The SWAT's Erin
This is
is
the
a
SWAT's,
whole other
baby.
level. She is the wittiest and
Oh my
funniest
God.
in our group chat.
That's right.
But also just so smart. Your scope on things. So it is. I just feel like this is a dream to
It
have
is.
all the machetes.
Why would you
on
We
the
had a machete roll call. Kamala's roll call.
That's
I'm
right,
gonna
come
say just a technical thing.
6.
Who are you?
Total.
Brittany,
3
Aaron,
charm.
Yes, I was gonna say Aaron. You guys are sharing that.
Yeah,
You
okay,
can lift
great.
up your little
Your
little
hand
You
piece.
lift this up.
Gary. You're gonna
You're
share
sharing
your
your
hand.
handheld.
And to see.
Yes.
I'm so sorry my thickness is pushing you out.
Oh,
That's all.
Lord.
You're
Oh,
not
my
that
One
thick. You're not
shoe.
that thick.
You don't have to tell people that.
Well, let's start with Erin and we'll work our way down.
I love
Erin, as a journalist, you take a different scope of things. What does this moment mean for you? Because I feel like some people enter this
I'm gonna do
space
8
as
shoulder
a
presses. I don't know why I
journalist,
feel like I
some
didn't do
people
them.
enter this space as a woman. Some people enter this space as a Black person. Where are you right now? In what order? Oh, you gotta unmute your mic.
Oh Lord, I was so in the
All right,
moment.
go ahead, Erin.
Sorry, Erin.
Wow,
I'm so in the moment. Reclaim your time.
Listen to Black women. I'm speaking.
We got you. We got you.
I'm speaking.
I'm not Not the footstool.
Exactly. From Freaknik to the DNC. Here I am. Here we go.
She's not kidding.
No, I mean, listen, I'm all of those things, obviously, at once. I bring all those lived identities to who I am as a journalist. Don't apologize for that. But, I really thought about, boarding my plane to Chicago on Sunday. Sunday was the 104th anniversary of the 19th Amendment, which is the amendment for which my newsroom is named. An amendment which guaranteed the right for some, but not all women,
Not
the
black
right to
women.
vote. Hello, we had to fight twice as hard for even longer before we had our full access to the franchise. We're still fighting.
Yeah.
Right, our access to this democracy still being challenged. You see that. We could have seen that this week coming into this convention, right? Which could have been a contested convention, open convention. That's not what we're seeing here. We are seeing a Democratic Party that is unified behind a black woman who could become the first woman president of the United States. That is not a moment that we necessarily saw coming when we started the 19th, almost 5 years ago. Literally, the 19th started after the 2016 election when we saw these tired tropes around electability, around readiness, around
4
ambition.
sets done
Right,
in 45
There was
minutes.
a different way to talk about women, to talk about our leadership, to talk about gender and our
Let me just
politics
go on
in this
ahead and
country
mark
and
that
the emerging
last set
democracy that you talked about so much, Tiffany, that you continue to talk about.
complete.
So, yeah, I mean, I come to a convention where
Time check,
the diversity that I'm seeing in the
7:12.
arena is
Perfect.
reflected
I need to be
on
done by
stage
quarter
as
after
well as in the audience. That's
to
not
get
something
started
that
for
I saw
today.
just a month ago at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee. That is striking to me. I think we know it's real, but to see it happening, to see it in reality, or true representative democracy really in this arena, and abortion, which we knew was on the ballot, was on stage last night. That's really remarkable to think about. So, I mean, I don't know. I as a journalist, this is just a remarkable moment to cover. As a black woman, I'm thinking about everybody from Shirley Chisholm to Jesse Jackson to, I mean, just so many people that paved the way for this moment to be possible. Mignon Moore, Donna Brazile, Leah Daughtry, Yolanda Caro, I mean, all just front and center in this moment. They helped to manifest the moment in which we now find ourselves, and as a journalist, I mean, I can't not mention them in this conversation. So, there's a lot there. And obviously, the 19th is feeling pretty good about, the idea that we had 4 years ago, because it's all on full display this week.
And your coverage is constantly new.
So good.
It is.
Also, the host of the Amendment podcast, which we didn't say. And speaking of podcast hosts, we also have Carrie
We
Champion
got all the
here.
podcast hosts
All
in
the
here.
podcast hosts, but we also have Carrie Champion here. What I love about you being here, Carrie, is this isn't something where you had to come. You felt compelled to come. I know you have that headset on, but if you don't mind picking up that mic, I'd love to talk to you about what made you want to be here. And Andrew Gillum, just because the women are occupied with 6 of these seats, I need to weigh in here. Double Dutch, man.
I'm taking it in. You gotta listen first.
First and foremost, thank you guys for having me. I just want to talk about my machetes for a minute. I'm standing out front. I'm waiting for someone to bring me a credential. And who do I see just walk up on me and was like, no, I got you. Follow me. I have a pass. We so are in sync with one another. Of all the people that I could see standing in front of the United Center, Aaron walks up on me and gives me, of all the people. And it was just like, I love you so much. I love this sisterhood. I love what you all are doing. You all know that, Andrew. I love you.
Thank you, sis.
And I love Britt because she's letting one of my butt cheeks just kind of
Yet holding on. It is yet holding on.
this is the workout for the day. So I am a CNN contributor, but I did not have to come. But I was like, if I miss this moment, I miss Barack's moment. But if I miss this moment, this to me felt so substantial and so bigger than us. And I felt like this appointment in which Kamala Harris has in this moment felt.
I'm gonna tell you guys something. We're done here. But one of the reasons why I love watching podcasts, pardon me, is because of the guests that come on, that you're introduced to, that you may not have known about. You know, that you learn more information about them. You learn where to find them at on social media. You learn more about who they are, the things they support and whatnot. Excuse me. Every morning, y'all, just so you know, I have tea. Sometimes twice, 3 times a day.
Love tea. Tea fanatic. My favorite is yerba mate. At nighttime, I love the sleepy time tea. Check them out. So good. But I put agave in my tea. And I think I might have put too much this morning, but I got the little, stuff in the throat. Anyway, do something positive today. Please. Please. Can you please do it? Do something positive today for your mind, your body, your soul, and of course for someone else. I'm telling you, you'll feel good about it. All right, y'all. I'll see you on the next video.